Hi folks, today we are going to be looking at this brand new watch from COROS. It is the Apex 4. If anybody is familiar with the COROS Apex range, the last one they had out was the 2. Now for some reason they've missed out 3. It has been quite a few years since the Apex 2 was out and they decided to 1, 2, miss a few and jump to 4. Whatever the reasons, fine, doesn't really matter. In this video, I'm going to highlight the differences between the Apex 2 and the Apex 4. Main ones being processing power, new hardware features such as being able to receive calls, improvement on the power management so it can last for longer, and a screen which has more contrast and also faster mapping. Anyway, so before we delve into all that, I need to open this up. So, a wee bit about COROS. They actually started back in 2014, so more than 10 years ago now, and their origins began over in China, although they are now really considered a US brand. So inside, there's this box with the silicon strap in it, and then an additional box with everything else. In here is all the wee leaflets with QR codes, with links to all the info that you need. There's a sticker and also the warranty. Now this watch does come with a charging adapter. This adapter plugs into a Type-C charging cable. It doesn't come with the charging cable, it just comes with the adapter that then plugs into the phone. And then we actually have the unit, the actual watch itself. It was quite satisfying taking off the protective screen, and it's a really nice looking watch. They've changed the design quite a wee bit from the Apex 2. So what I'll need to do first of all is attach the strap. Now I actually find this quite tricky to do. There is just a little switch that you pull back there to clip it into place, but it is quite footery. I then just need to charge the watch, plug the watch in to charge it up. Once the watch clicks on, all I need to do is open up the COROS app that I've already got downloaded on my phone, scan the QR codes, and that pretty much takes me straight into the setup. It connects my phone to the watch pretty seamlessly, to be honest. It is one of the things that's good about COROS is just how easy and intuitive it all is. One of the first things it prompts you to do actually is to choose your watch face. Yeah, scrolling through, I mean, there is absolutely loads to choose from. Fun and funky ones that they've put in. But to be honest, I just like a really plain and simple watch face. As I said, really nice looking watch compared to the Apex 2. This is actually the Apex Pro 2. They've changed the bezel slightly. They both still have that sort of titanium bezel with a sapphire screen on it. The thing they have done is change the configuration of the buttons. The dial button, which was right in the middle, and particularly if you wore it on your left wrist, was quite easy to press. Now, I usually always have it set to be locked, but it could still be quite annoying. What they have done then is on the Apex 4, they've changed that dial up. There's another button down below it, and then the third button is over on the left-hand side. And another difference between these as they come out the box is the Apex 4 comes with this silicon band, and the Apex 2 came with this more nylon band, which is actually quite comfy. Really nice, soft, easy to adjust. However, this one, they've done something with this. Rather than having the little tabs to tuck the extra bit of strap into, it's got like a little clip. Now, that little clip really does get in the road when you're trying to fasten the watch. It catches as you put it through, and then once you do have it through, trying to push it down to clip it in is actually quite tricky. I mean, the good thing is once it's in, there's no, it's not coming out unless you give it a good yank. It's just a wee bit footery, and again, just a bit different to what I'm used to. Now, what they have stuck with on this watch is the memory and pixel display. Unlike their Pace Pro, which has now got an AMOLED screen, a bit more like your smartwatch on your phone. This is it's the MIP, memory in pixel display. Isn't as bright, but it does mean that it lasts longer. It doesn't use as much battery. Now the GPS modes, they've changed the name slightly between the two. This has now got endurance mode, high or maximum. Obviously on maximum, uses a bit more power so it doesn't last as long. If you set both of these to their most efficient mode, then they last a similar amount of time, around about sort of 60, 65 hours. However, if you then punch it up to the maximum mode, that means that it's sending a signal pretty much every second up to the satellite, so it's very accurate for your route, for the distance, and all of that information. In maximum is where the big difference in that battery and power management shows. So on the Apex 2, you would get around sort of 24 hours out of it. Apex 4, near 40 hours. Somebody like myself that does big ultras, 100 milers and things, I mean, yes, there is some that push over the 40 hours, but they're usually within that, which means on this, you would have had to charge it. This, you shouldn't have to. Another difference between the two of them is the mapping that's on it. Now, they do say that on the Apex 4, it's 30 times quicker. Now, actually playing about on a map, just even moving around the screen. Now, both of these do have touch screen, so you can scroll on the button to zoom in and out, and then use your finger to pan across the map, which is actually quite handy to do. You can see on the Apex 2, when I'm doing it, there is that quite a bit of a lag. So moving across or zooming in and out, you can see that it takes a while for that to refresh. Now, on the Apex 4, it's pretty seamless actually. There's hardly any lag, so it is definitely quicker. The other thing that they've done on the mapping with the Apex 4 is that the maps now show street names as well as trails as well, so the differentiation between, and then probably the biggest difference that is on the Apex 4, which is now putting it a wee bit more in line with some of your other smartwatches, is that you can receive calls. You can take a call on it, you just can't make a call. So it's not got actually access to your phone's contacts and things like that. But if a phone call comes in, you can answer it and you can talk to somebody through the watch. And because it's got the microphone and speaker within it, it can also now do things like audio prompts, giving you readout of your stats or turn-by-turn notifications. But you can also then do sort of voice notes. So as you're out on a trail, something comes to mind, you can speak into this, it'll record, add a wee pin onto the map. Later on, you can listen to that back. Of course, like all good sports watches now, it does record a whole series of different activities, as well as tracking your sleeping and your fitness levels and things like that. Another little function that it's got is that when you go into the settings, there is a Find My Phone. You press that and that triggers your phone to send out an alert. So your phone sounds so you can find it. That's pretty handy actually. So the Apex 4 comes in two different sizes, 46mm or 42mm, with a 1.3 inch or 1.2 inch display, and obviously difference in battery life as well. Apex 2 used to have the Apex 2 and then Apex Pro 2. They've done away with the Pro or non-Pro. So either the 42 or the 46mm watches have all the Pro functions in it. So there's really no difference apart from the size and battery life between the two watches. Something they have managed to keep the same is the price point. So it's right in the sort of mid-range of watches. This one, the 46mm in the UK is £429. The 42mm is £389. So I actually think you're getting a lot of watch for your money there. So there we go, that is that. Little review of the nice new Apex 4. Look forward to trying this out on a trail, seeing how I get on. And thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.